Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your third quarter July, August, September reading. I'm reminding you that this is a general reading, so if you would like a personal reading, there is information for that in the description box below. I want to get started, but first want to appreciate your presence here now. I feel very supported by all of the feedback, the appreciations, the donations that I receive from you. So thank you to my subscribers, to my subscribers to be, and to those of you that show your love for what I do in any number of ways. So Taurus, your overall energy is the Nine of Cups. You are in a place of really mining those things that feel good to you. You're in a place where you know yourself well enough that even in the most difficult or challenging situations, even as you are looking at your values, sorting through your possessions, balancing your money, you know what things are valuable to you and what things to invest in. And the ability to care for yourself, to make decisions that are right for you, gives you no end of pride and enjoyment and appreciation of the bounty and beauty of your world. So there is just deep gratitude that I'm feeling from at this time for you, Taurus, that you are really understanding that regardless of the challenges that many of you face, that we all face, you really have a deep sense of pride about your ability to take care of yourself in a way that brings you joy, that brings you abundance. In July, we have the Star card. This is about you really glimpsing a vision of your life moving forward. July is a place where a lot of the baggage from the past is kind of dropping off you, and you're able to see your vision once more. This is not necessarily a new vision, but this vision has evolved over years. It may be something you've had to put aside, and you've had to work through the procedures, necessities, and challenges of your life in order to arrive at this place of safely envisioning what's possible for you. This is based on what you know you love and what loves you back. In August, we have the Temperance card. In August, I really see you balancing the various activities that you're engaged in a way that helps you move towards this vision. It has perhaps in some ways felt as though you have been just juggling and balance with no greater purpose than to zero out at the end of every month. And instead, at this time, your values have been rebooted so that you are evaluating the things that you own, the money you spend, the money you receive in terms of a greater goal. It's no longer just enough to subsist, to get along, to make ends meet. If you are not fulfilling yourself, finding that joy, finding that purpose, and gaining that satisfaction of your emotional independence, your emotional enrichment that allows you to once again glimpse this higher possibility of what your life is and can be. In September, the Four of Wands. Wow. So I see you establishing a foundation in your life. You becoming a place, a platform for the celebrations of your growth and the growth of others. I see you implementing or establishing a learning process to which you and all of those you love that you would like to surround yourself with are learning, growing, stretching towards something more. It doesn't need to be a grand vision. It simply needs to be something that makes you and those you care about, those you surround yourself, feel better, feel good, be supported, be attended to in ways that they have attended to others. So there's a whole reciprocalness here. It's also about witnessing, participating in celebrations, weddings, any ritual that allows you to recognize that you're stepping into a portal of abundance once you establish this foundation for yourself and your community. The measure, the metric is growth. How are you expanding your world? How are you evolving your talents and skills? I hope this reading is resonating for you, Taurus. If so, please like this video, share it with others, comment if you are so moved to do so, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I greatly appreciate all of you that do. And judgment, no matter how often I shuffle these cards, appears to be the card of the day from Soul's Journey. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And I do think this is what informs your desire to surround yourself with people that are growing. It's not your metric of how they're growing, because you understand individuals have their own paths, their own goals, their own aspirations, but your measure becomes one in which you look and surround yourself with people who, like you, want to increase the pleasure, increase the productivity, increase the sense of being supported, not just supporting others, but being supported, being joyful in their activities in life. And this is what is creating this foundation for you in February, or some way that you're celebrating the foundation you have built. And I've pulled the law of attraction. Turn toward the beauty, love, and sweet joy you desire. Very nice. I'm going to clarify the star card in July with the Page of Pentacles and the Judgment card. Wow. Yeah. Like I said, judgment is on everyone's rotation these days. And in some ways, not to be too woo-woo, but I do believe that the solar energy, the star synergy, that is reflecting a time of elevated awareness, consciousness for many of us, an opportunity to really make a contribution to the world that is authentic to who we are. And you, in particular, in the beginning of the summer, in July, perhaps you are already on this path. As you know, the cards really are not a clock. We are the clock. These events are intended to be life lessons, ones that you have evolved into at this time in your life. So I do see this as a do-over opportunity. You're revisiting a vision from the past, and now you see a way to make it happen. You're willing to start at the beginning because you're at a completely different place than you were in the past when this vision was more operative in your life. Having put this aside, you're now willing to dust it off and know that you can make a success of this opportunity, that you can invest in a way that resonates with who you are, what your capacity and talent is now, in a way that gives you as much, if not more, pleasure than you ever received, particularly because now you know what works for you in a way that you didn't in the past. And now you understand and can be satisfied with the results that you earn. You've really adjusted who you are now with the same potential that you've always had, but it looks different now. and you're willing to learn, take the steps, move along, open to trying new ways of expressing your talent. In August, the Temperance card is clarified by the Chariot card and the Queen of Pentacles. Your earth sign energy is showing up here. You are practical, Taurus, if nothing else, but more so, you are no longer trying to fit in. And this is so important to many of those of you, the Tauruses I'm reading for, but all of you who I believe I am reading for, that share a vision, a desire to belong to something greater than self. And that has been validated for you as you now open up this treasure chest of a vision that you've held closely throughout your life. And you really expose the actual uh, specific opportunities that give you pleasure, the activities that really resonate, that perhaps felt impossible or you never could achieve a dream in the past, that now you can achieve a portion of it that really resonates with who you are now. And you can fulfill that in a way that is much more powerful and significant than what it appeared to you in the past. You are so happy to be in the place of stability, working towards more than zeroing out at the end of every month. This is your natural being, transforming your resources into more, generating abundance. As you move towards that goal of living in comfort, in stability, being secure in your activities and in your economic base, you are moving more rapidly forward towards a success in this regard than you have in the past. This also is about eliminating distractions in your relationship or outer world, where the needs and desires of others were a constant distraction from what was best for you. And now that you're no longer trying to fit in, understanding that you're made the way you are because you have a unique contribution to make that no one else can make. This is helping you move faster and make space for the rewards, to make space to be loved back. As much as you may be prideful, you may love aspects of yourself, you may think you're wonderful, there is a way in which you have overgiven so that you have not always allowed space for your loved ones, your friends, your colleagues to appreciate you, to love you back, to do for you. In September, the Four of Wands is clarified by the Page of Wands and the Five of Swords. This energy of pages, of starting fresh, you are now in September truly inspired as you've sorted out, you've set your sights on the vision, the world you want to create. You're looking at the steps to do that. And with success in your target, and you are inspired now. You're no longer filled with self-doubt, second-guessing yourself in the same way. And in fact, you may be uh, researching or looking more deeply into the experience of self-doubt that you had in the present, in the past, where that comes from. Really healing for yourself the sense of feeling that you weren't enough, weren't smart enough, didn't have what you needed to know, didn't have all the tools, the right bank account, the right wardrobe, whatever it was that caused you to second guess your supreme efforts to be accomplished. You are understanding and inspired by your commitment to this learning process. Whatever you experience, good, bad, or indifferent, you're understanding that the whole point is to learn something from it. As long as you're learning, you're able to change your mind, you're able to grow, you're able to change the minds of others by not controlling it, and instead by committing to a practice that improves you. I'm going to finish up this reading, Taurus, with a yogic path oracle. And I'm really hoping that this reading is resonating for you, that it's useful, that it's clear for you. And I pulled Kriya, and I'm going to look that up in the guidebook. And Kriya is effortless flow. Life feels like a river that you are graciously floating down with ease. You're on the path to your highest purpose, and doors are opening for you. One connection leads to another, and things are moving at high speed. Don't feel overwhelmed. This is how life is meant to be experienced. When you are in divine flow, everything requires far less effort. The universe is propelling you in the direction of your Dharma and providing you with assistance to fulfill the very important role you play. You no longer have to push, but rather can surrender to the greater forces at play. Keep up the flow and don't lose sight of your greater goal, uplifting the vibration of the planet. And that is surely what you do, Taurus, in experiencing this beautiful vision and moving towards that. Until next time, namaste.